Hey everybody, Scott here for whatever the hell this channel's called. I can't remember. Let's call it the Helix channel. Sounds about right. I got a Helix. I cleaned it up today because it had been gathering some dust. Ooh, I forgot to put the dust cover on it. Bit of a mess. 2 months. Had not been touched. I'm back. 2 months gone, practically. Well, it was 2 months because I took last week off and I got back last Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday afternoon. Oh, what a fun, insane trip. Man, we went from San Jose, California to Vegas to Arizona, 3 shows in Texas, Nashville, down to Miami, got on a boat, went to Jamaica and Haiti, back to Miami, up to St. Augustine, Florida, up the East Coast, all the way up to New Hampshire, Massachusetts, through Pennsylvania, then back through the Midwest, over to some mountains, Colorado, up to Seattle, down to Portland, bam, back to San Jose, California, and then I came back here. It was about 11,000 miles that I drove. And Dave drove as well. Dave Menichetti, he's a fucking road warrior, man. 65. And he drove every bit of the way, and he was sick. Oh, there were 3 shows that were kind of touch and go, and they were rough because he had done a meet and greet the night before for like 2.5 hours and messed up his voice, and then he got sick the next morning, just coincidentally, with some sort of bronchial infection. Holy smokes, it was not great. Those should have been the 3 of the best shows too, because it was like Tangier in Akron, Ohio, super cool club, throwback from the 60s, early 70s kind of place, pretty amazing. The Machine Shop in Flint, Michigan, and then the Arcada in St. Charles, Illinois. The shows were still a lot of fun, and the Arcada was probably the best of the 3 for sure. It was the third of those 3 in a row, but he wasn't feeling great, so he had to cut the first 2 shows short. Which was kind of a drag, but the rest of the tour was awesome. The cruise was so much fun. I saw 21 bands in 5 days, and I worked 5 shows, 2 shows with Y&T, and then 3 with the bass player in other projects. So I was busy, yet still had time to see 21 bands. So my wife only seeing 8 bands was like, what the fuck is your excuse, lady? Jesus Christ. I was right there. Hey, I found a pick. So yeah. And today, since I'm just getting back into the swing of things, I'm going to go over a Y&T tune for you, with you. Show you how I'm doing it. And play some sounds. It's Midnight in Tokyo. One of the most fun songs that they do live. And they did it the last tour and then in this tour as well. They changed up the set list quite a bit this year. I've got one around here somewhere. Hang on, let me find it. I brought my Alan Holdsworth book with me. And for the first month, I got to spend a ton of time working through a few of these tunes. And I learned three Sheets to the Wind and Home pretty fucking well, I might add. But then the second half of the tour, there was no time for guitar. So anyway, here's my set list. This is my last set list from the last night in Portland. Saved this one for myself. But I have my little guitar notes on it. Started off with Dave with Les Paul and John with his Bisceglia. I can't remember what it's called, what the model number is. It's a custom guitar from an Italian dude. And so, you know, for the first 4 songs, it's pretty easy. They come out with these guitars, so it's like, I don't do anything. I just sit there and watch like a hawk. Make sure that nobody has any problems. Usually Mike will say something, like plug my fan in, turn my camera on, get me a water. That's some fucking thing. Where's my towel? You know, shit like that. And then for coming from the rain, I switch out an Explorer for John, and then Midnight in Tokyo is when Dave plays his Strat. And I'm not playing a Strat on this one, but I don't think he recorded it with a Strat, but who knows? He might have. We had a lot of fun this time around. I talked him into bringing his old white Kramer Beretta, which was bittersweet because that fucker some nights would be so easy to get into tune, and then other nights would be a nightmare. It's got a Floyd on it, but it's pretty much clamped down. It barely moves, even though he will once in a while work the bar. But it rests on the body, so it's one of those easy ones to set up. But there were a couple of nights when that sumbitch just would not get into tune, just so I could hand it to him. There's something going on in the room, environmentally, a lot of temperature change differences because we were doing this in the late winter. So some clubs are colder than others. Sometimes the backstage is near the fucking door. So you never know what's going to happen. But all in all, a great, super fun, successful tour. Not a single string broken. And I only hit John over the head with his guitar one time. Still, 2 tours of never hitting Dave on the head. So I'm the only guitar tech that he's ever had that can say that's never hit him on the head with his guitar. And he leans into it. So, good times. Shall we? Alrighty, I gotta make this quick because my little preamble about the tour took up a lot of time. I don't know how much time I get on my videos these days. I don't really stay up on that. A little bit of a gate. The overdrive is the valve driver. Now on the harmony setting, the gain is higher because I want it, to be, it's the only lead in the whole song. So there's that. The amp is the Cali Texas 2, and for the harmony, all the drive and stuff is up. So is the master a little bit. Blah, blah, blah. Using a pair of IRs, Marshall 1960V 3A and High Watt 3A, both from 3 Sigma Audio. The reverbs, there's a plate and a hall. Now the twin harmony, it's the song's in D minor, so there's a lower third and a higher third, but the higher third is very faint. And actually, I think he plays a higher fourth on the recording, but there's no way to I could set it to a fourth, but it's like it would change the way the first note sounds. So it's like, you can't really do that because it doesn't follow the diatonic thing, I don't think. So, I've got as close as I can get it. And that's all that really matters to me. With the rhythm sound, the harmony goes away, the drive drops over here as well. And then with the clean sound, it just takes out the overdrive, and it drops down the drives, brings up the volume on the channel, and then also on the IRs. So the IRs change from the rhythm, less bottom end, more bottom end, sorry, and then when you go to the clean, less bottom end. Same with the top one. So with the harmony, there's more bottom end than with the rhythm, same amount, but the top end drops, and then with the clean, the high end goes up and the bottom drops. Because I want it to be cleaner. There is a panning tremolo going on in the song, but since I'm not running in stereo, unless you run in stereo, you won't be able to hear a panning tremolo. So I'm just using a regular tremolo for this. Cool? Would you like to hear it? I don't profess to know how to play the song 100%, just because I don't get to watch them from the front. So I see them from the side and from the back, most gigs. So there's that. And I learn a lot from guitar players by watching their hands. So I'm not 100% sure on the clean bits. But anyway, enjoy. There you go, everybody. Oh, good time Y&T fun. Got a Y&T shirt around here. Actually, a couple of them from this tour. I brought home some fun mementos, including a bit of a sunburn. Thank you, Kip Winger. Well, it's not entirely Kip Winger's fault. He played on the island of Haiti, Labadee, the beach, that's owned by Royal Caribbean. It's kind of a weird thing that a corporation can own part of an island, but whatever. And he was playing on the beach stage, which was about a 15-minute walk from the boat. No sunscreen on the boat. Tried to buy some on the first day. Didn't have any. They didn't restock. And then, so a 15-minute walk to there, in the shade watching Kip Winger. Walk 15 minutes back, bright red right here, 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 and there because I wore a tank top. And no aloe on the boat. No, motherfuckers. But the boat, so much fun. Can't wait till next year. I really hope we get to go again because it was the most fun thing I've ever done. The whole Y&T tour is in itself the most fun thing I get to do every year, but then the boat on top of it is even more fun because I get to hang out with Dave, who knows everybody, and he's like, let's go see Queensryche. And then we go see Queensryche, and then he goes, you want to meet him? I was like, fine. Like, let's go. So Dave's introducing me to everybody on the boat. It was a good time. I met Eddie Trunk, Jim Florentine, the other guy whose name God damn it, I can't remember him. I'm so sorry. But he was awesome. I met the singer of XYZ. Who else did I? Oh, reconnected with Neil Zaza. Good times. Saw Joel Hoekstra. Met him because Mike and Aaron from Y&T played a morning hangover breakfast acoustic show with him, which was fun. And who else did I meet? The people in Vixen, guys in Tesla. I didn't meet anybody in Extreme, although I saw Extreme. King's X. Tony McAlpine, highlight of the boat for me. His set was insanely awesome. He and Emil Wurstler on guitar. Best guitar combo I've seen in years. Holy shit. So, just super fun. I'll stop gushing now. It was awesome. Anyway, I will see you tomorrow with something. Let me know what you want, preset package-wise. Helix or HX Stomp. I'm open to suggestions. So, I'll see you tomorrow. And until then, rock on.